Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Moving Markets Podcast. It is Thursday, December the 11th, 2025, and we're just a few minutes away. Let's call it maybe 3.5 minutes away from the stock market closing for the day. I will definitely, in this recording, and I know you don't listen to it until after, but in this recording, I will definitely take you right through to the close today. Let's take a quick peek. Let me switch my screen for you. As we are this precious few moments away from the market's closing, you've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let me refresh this. This got a little bit of a delay on it. Dow Jones up 637, S&P up 7.63. That's awfully flat on the S&P. And NASDAQ, I got to be honest with you, NASDAQ down 87, and I'm glad it's only down 87. The NASDAQ has been lower than that throughout the day. Considerably lower at one point in time. I think at one point in time, the NASDAQ was down. I think this right here was to the tune of 300 points down or so. It was getting pretty beat up on early on, and largely because of Oracle and the what's interesting, Oracle's earnings report, in my opinion, not nearly as bad as what this sell-off would indicate, but bad enough to panic people, bad enough to get people concerned. And it's primarily the other AI stocks and the way this Oracle move to the downside has affected them. I don't think Oracle is down nearly as far as it was at one point in time today. I'm showing right now, as we're just edging up to the close, Oracle down 11%, but you can see very early on in the day, Oracle went way down. I think at this point in time right here in those first few minutes the market was open, I think they were down 15, maybe close to 16%. And they managed to come back a little bit, but still more than a 10% drop in Oracle. It was great, absolutely great for the trade that we opened on Oracle. We got out of our trade with our full target profit. That was a very short-term trade. We just opened it up yesterday in the morning. I tried to do the same thing with a trade in Marvell and was not, or sorry, not Marvell, Broadcom, and was not successful in getting in the Broadcom trade. At least I don't believe I was. I've been away from the computer for a little while, doing a few holiday errands, and I've just got back in front of the computer not even 10 minutes ago. So I need to look and see. Tried to get into Broadcom trade, and definitely looks like that's not going to happen. But some positives for the day. Palantir was down pretty strong early in the day. It's only down 45 cents now. AMD was positive a couple of seconds ago. It's just completely flat right now. It was down $7-8 a share. Micron was down at one point in time, I think $10 or $11 a share, only down 5 now to be finishing. Marvell having a rough day. Nvidia down 292, but I know Nvidia was down more than that earlier in the day. So not a horrible day in the sense of, I mean, great day for the Dow, great day for the S&P, just in the sense that it's positive. It wasn't a real spectacular up day for the S&P, but great that it's positive. And considering how far down it was, this is really, I would call this a kind of a psychological win for the NASDAQ today. Only it looks like the market's closing now. There's the closing bell. And it looks like this will refresh for a couple more minutes, 2-3 more minutes. But if that's fairly accurate, you're looking at a NASDAQ finishing down only about 60 points. And that's quite an accomplishment considering how far it was down over 300 points at one time. So 58, 59, 60 points to the downside, not too shabby at all for the NASDAQ. We're going to get Lululemon's earnings coming up. The market is closed now, and so those earnings are going to take place. Broadcom's earnings are going to take place. Going back to Oracle for a minute, it was, like I said, great for our trade because we had a very short-term trade on, and we didn't care which direction it went. We just wanted it to go, and it went plenty far in the downward direction. I don't like that it impacted the rest of the NASDAQ the way it did. I think that's an overreaction. That's very much computer-generated trading. You don't have a lot of people sitting at their keyboard saying, "Oh no, Oracle sold. I will now sell shares of Palantir, and I will now sell shares of Nvidia, and I'm going to sell out of my holding in Marvell and CoreWeave and all these others." That's not what's happening. There are algorithms built in that say, if this stock is selling off, and if it's selling off because of concern over AI spending, dump other AI stocks. And you've got a lot of people who are on kind of I think, an unhealthy autopilot. I think an autopilot that is not smart to be on, that are dumping shares of those stocks, and there's not really a good reason to. Um, so that's part of the story that took place today. Now, Broadcom, as they report, could do the same thing. If Broadcom doesn't knock it out of the park, then you've got potentially a similar thing going on. You could have a situation where, and it's up a little bit after hours, but I don't think the numbers are officially breaking yet. They will, yeah, they will be soon. But if Broadcom hits a home run, it could have just the opposite effect. You could see all these tech stocks rebound in a big way tomorrow, and I would hope that that's what would happen. Like I said, all in all, the damage today not nearly as bad as it could have been, even though we're still a little bit heavy in the tech sector. If you look at the way we've got our portfolio positioned right now, Nvidia, Palantir, AMD, Micron, all tech stocks. So we're definitely a little bit heavy in the tech sector. You could call Amazon a tech stock technically as well, but nothing to be worried about. We're down a little bit farther in Nvidia and Amazon, but Palantir. I actually closed my Palantir trade at the end of the day yesterday. I'll have to put in those exact closing prices. Palantir was down today, but came way back from how far down they were. So I'm actually out at about 20% on Palantir. I'll go back and look and put in the numbers, but good trade on Palantir, and that just getting out of it for 20% frees up some cash for other trades that we might want to look at going into this next week. I'm still watching CoreWeave very closely, and I'm just, they kind of sort of were crossing over technically. Yesterday's little move down and today's little move down sort of halted that on the RSI and on the 5 and 20-day moving average. But if Broadcom reports good news, and if the rest of the market sort of piggybacks onto that good news, the rest of the NASDAQ, then you could see CoreWeave not only go up above 90, which I want it to do, but also give us all three of those technical crossovers in a solid way. And that'll be my signal to go strong into CoreWeave. I don't have a lot today. I'm fantastic day with the Dow. We got out of our DIA trade from 2 weeks ago. I'm excited to see what is going to happen with Lululemon. Don't care which direction they go. I just want them to move very big. You can see those numbers are kind of just coming out, so they haven't really moved at all yet. Lululemon was down $5-6 a share today, and to only be down 60 at the close of the market, not bad at all. So those numbers are going to be coming very soon, and we'll have a lot more to do and a lot more to talk about tomorrow morning. So, like I said, don't have a lot more than that today. I'm going to wrap up right there with a short podcast today. Hope you had a great Thursday. Can't wait to see how we wrap up this week. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.